So welcome everyone to the day 6 of React.js workshop. So today we're going to continue our Inshorts clone. So let's get started. So our next task is to build this card in this website, inshorts.com. We are supposed to build this news card with this image, this title, this name of the author, description, and the link. Okay, this card doesn't have a link. Yeah, this link. Read more at this website. Okay, so first of all, we're going to make it this way, horizontal way, and then we're going to make it responsive as well. All right. So we already have created our nav bar and the news content component over here, news content component. So we're just going to send a few states to the necessary states to the news content component, which is a news array, which contains all of the news. So let's just send this to our news content. And the other one, what we need is news results, which I'll tell you why we need that. Here we go. So we have sent both of these. Let's just receive them over there. News array and news results. Let me check if the spelling is correct. News array and news results. Yeah, both of them are correct. Just a sec. Yeah. So let's start designing. And what I was thinking is let's just keep the card as a separate component. So we're going to keep it a separate component below this message that we have created earlier. Let me show you. Yeah, this red message. So we're going to do that. So what we're going to name this? We're going to name this news card. Yeah, that's all, news card. Let's create a new component with the name of news card. News what? Okay, new folder, news card. As usual, I'm going to create one file for JS and one for CSS. We're going to bring our boilerplate code in, RAFCE, enter. Here we go. All right, here we are. So let's just say hello from here and import it inside our news content. I'm going to press CTRL space and press enter. So it's going to be auto imported just like that. Let's see. Yeah, there you can see a hello over there. It's a little bit smaller. Let me show you. Yeah, here we are. Okay, so let's go inside of this news card. Actually, we need to provide it with the news item. What the news item is? The news item will be a single item inside of this array, because all of these stories are going to be a single element inside that particular array. So what are we going to do? Map function. So news array dot map. Let's remove this message. Yeah, so we're going to keep this inside of that, and inside of this news item, let's just provide it news item equals news item. All right. Also, we need to provide this a key as well, as you all know. So I'm going to provide this news item dot title. This title of the story, news. So news item dot title. And I'm gonna just log this news item next, so you can see what do we have inside of this news item. So let's just receive this news item inside of the news card by destructuring it. Here we go. And let's just try to log it. Let's log it and see what we get. Okay, you can see these many stories were there. So hello has been printed these many times, which I'm gonna fix right now. Here you go. All of these are containing individual stories like author's name and the content and the description, published at, source, which we're going to use to click on it to go to the original website, the title, the URL to the website, and the URL to the image. So great. This is what we expected. So let's just remove this or just comment it out for now. And inside of this div, what I'm going to write is, let's start from the beginning. Let's start with this image. First of all, I'm going to give this div a class name of news card. All right. And all right, so first item is image, our image component. Let's give it an alt tag of, let's give it the news title, I guess, news item, because news title is always going to be unique. So news item dot title. Is that it? Let me inspect this. Yes, it's called title. Yeah, so we're going to provide it the title over here. Also, and src. So few of the news doesn't have a image. All right. So I have picked a random image from the Google as a replacement if the image doesn't appear in there. So I'm gonna put that. First of all, we're going to provide it a checking. So news item dot URL. What is it? URL to image. Let me correct this. URL to image. If URL to image exists, question mark, does it exist? So we're just going to provide it that link. But if it doesn't exist, colon. So we're going to provide it an placeholder image over here, this particular image, which I'm going to show you what it has inside of it. This is it. If there's no image, it's going to show this image. All right. So there's our image. What else do we need? We need a class name for this image because we're going to give it stylings later. So let's just give it a class name of news image. All right, so there's our image. Apart from that, what do we need to do? And you can see the images are being rendered in the background. See, only the images are being rendered now. So what else do we need to do? The title. So image is going to be one of the component in itself, and the other component is going to be this inside of this div. Let's just say this is a class name of news text. All right. That's all. And inside of it, what else do we need? Okay, so first of all, we need a span tag, and then I'm gonna line break and the author's name. Okay, fine. Let's go inside of it and create another div. Inside of this div, we're gonna contain the upper part of this, the name, the author's name, etc. I don't think I need to give it any title. Sorry, class name. So let's give a span tag now to the title. So class name of title, let's just give it a simple title. So what's going to be the title? Exactly. News item dot title. This is where our title lies. Let's see if it's working or not. Oh, okay, he's working. You can see there's a title as well. All right, there's that. Another thing, what we need to write like this: short by this author on date this. So date is going to be a bit of complications to render over here. I'm going to show you how I'm going to do it. So let's just give it another span tag. Wait, let me just align it first. Class name of author. All right. So first of all, what we need to write inside of it, we're going to give it a, first of all, I'm going to give it an A tag, because if you also click on this short button, you're going to be taken to the original source of the news. I'm going to provide it an A tag, an href of news item.url. .url. Let me see if it's correct or not. Oh, it's gone. Let me just console log it again. What? Okay, I'm on Inshorts. My bad. Just remove this. Okay, let it be. Okay, so yeah, URL. This is going to take it to the original source. Inside of that, what we need a B tag for bold, and I'm going to write short. It's going to appear in the bold. All right, short is supposed to be over. Yeah, short is supposed to be in bold, and then by. And after this, by whom? The author. Now, some of the story doesn't have an author, so I'm going to type news item dot author. I'm going to check if this story has an author, then I'm going to print the author's name. Otherwise, I'm going to just give it unknown. It's going to say this short by this author or this unknown. All right. And after that, we need to render the date. But before rendering the date, let's just leave the date for now. I'm going to do the date later. So you can see it's working fine right now. Yeah, it's where is it? Yeah, by short is not appearing. I think I need to give it some style. Okay, I'll give it a style. Also, I'll provide it a target of blank so that it opens on another tab, not this tab. All right, there's that. What else we need to do now? This span is over here, the title span. Wait, let me check. Okay, one more thing. You can see in this website, the by this author's name is a little bit of light. So I'm gonna give this span tag and I'm gonna style it with the muted text. This is called the muted text with the light variant. So I'm gonna do this span. I'm gonna bring it inside of this and just give it a class name of muted, which won't work right now, but it will work later when we style it. All right, what else do we need? We need this lower text, the description and the link to the original website. All right, let's create that now. I'm gonna create another div over here. I'm gonna name this div with the class name of lower news text. Inside of this, I'm gonna create another div and give it a class name of description. It's gonna contain our description. All right, so inside of this, what we need to write? News item dot description. I hope the spelling is correct. Let me check. Yes. And below that, we need to write that read more part, read more at this website, span tag. I'm gonna give it a class name of read more. All right, so let me write read more at, give it a little bit space, and just like the above, it's gonna be bold. So I'm gonna copy this. There we go. It's going to take us to the original source. Target is going to be blank. And what do we need to write? The name of the source. So where was the name of the source? Inside news item dot source dot name. I'm going to show you. See, inside of this, there's something called source and then the name. So it's going to print that. So read more at this place. Okay, so that's the basic structure of the card. Let's just style it for now. Okay, I'm gonna go to the CSS file over here and I'm gonna bring in the CSS and I'm gonna explain you all what I'm doing over here. So first of all, I'm bringing in this Roboto font from the Google. You can just Google it out, Roboto font. Just go over here and select whatever the font that you need. And we select this style and then press on import and just copy it out. Copy and paste it inside of your CSS file. So this will import the Roboto font. All right, so first of all, I'm doing this. For the main class, the news card class, I'm giving it the display of flex and width of 100%. So it's going to cover the whole page. I mean, the width. And I'm giving it a box shadow because this also has a box shadow. This particular value, you can just take it from my GitHub. And the padding of 10 pixels, you can see there's a padding of 10 pixels around this card, and the margin bottom of 25 pixels so that there is a little bit of spacing between these cards, and the border radius of 5 pixels. You can see there is a little bit of curve over there. So that's that. And the news text. What's the news text? The news text is over here, this particular div with this much part. So I'm giving it a display of flex and flex direction column so that it's going to be top to bottom here in this way. And notice how for the parent div, I've given it a display of flex, but not column because it's going to be in row. But I'm going to make it responsive later. So yeah, this is the another div. So I'm just giving it a display of flex direction of column and justify content space between. So there's a little bit of space between them. All right, so here we go. This is the author, the title part. Sorry, not the title part, this part. I'm giving it a font size of 12 pixels. It's going to be smaller, font weight of 300, line height of 222 pixels, and this color, because it's that color. You can see the short button. It's that color. Let me just save it. Oh, I haven't imported that. /news card.css. Let's see. Okay, it's not looking very good right now. Let me just zoom out. You can see here's the card, but it's not looking very good. Let's just make a little bit more changes. Also, this lower news text part, I've also given it a flex property and flex direction of column, so it comes to top to bottom. You can see this is up and this is down, and flex of 1 so that it covers most of the part inside of this div, and padding of 10 pixels on top and bottom. So it has a little bit of padding. So I'm going to bring in more CSS now. All right, for read more, I'm giving it a font size of 12 pixels, which is going to be small. Font weight of 400, and padding on the top should be at least 10 pixels. And the source, this is the source part. Sorry, I think this is the part where let me check. Oh no, source is this part. This is the part of the source. Only this part where the company's name is written. So I'm giving text decoration none so that there's no decoration in the A tag, and the color is black. Let's save it. Let's see how does that look. You can see it's still not appearing because I haven't given it the properties to the A part. I mean the link part, which I'm going to give in a moment. Now we need to style the news image so that it looks good. News image, I'm giving it object fit cover. So it should fit in whatever the part the cover is going to center the image. First of all, I'm providing it a little bit of width and height. So it's going to fix it in a squarish shape, and then providing it object fit cover so that it doesn't get stretched. Also for the title, I'm giving it font size of 22 pixels, a little bit bigger than others. Line height of 27 pixels, and this font family, which is used over here. Let's save it. Let's see how that look. Okay, it's beginning to take shape, just like that. All right, remember our muted text. We need to make this text muted. So I'm gonna give that property with a font weight of 100. So it's gonna be a little bit of light. Let's style our description now. Description, we're gonna give it a font size of 16 pixels, line height of this, and color this. All right, let's time to make it responsive now. So I'm gonna provide it a media query. So if this is less than 88 pixels, when the page size is less than 88 pixels, what's gonna happen? The flex direction will change to column. This card's flex direction, you can see. Oops, I haven't saved it, I guess. What's wrong? Yeah, there you go. The flex direction has been changed to the column. It's top to bottom, and the height is 100%, width is 100% for the news image because we don't want that previous width, and the padding bottom is going to be 20 pixels. So yeah, that's all. Let me reset this. Yeah, now it's looking a little bit fine. So I hope I have provided all of the styles over here. Yes, I have. Now there's a oh, first of all, I need to provide it the A tag. Let me bring that in. Where'd it go? Yeah. So I'm gonna go to my app.js, app.css. I'm gonna provide a global styling to the A tag, which is going to be no text decoration, and color is going to be inherited, whichever color provided by us. So here you go. It has inherited a black color. So yeah, I think there's some problem with this. This is not okay. I think I haven't provided the BR tag over here. BR. Oops, not BE, it's BR. Yes, now it looks good. Much better. Let's make it smaller. There you go. It's responsive as well. Cool. I think I need to provide it the upper part, styling to the upper part of this because it's attached to the nav bar. Let me see. The news content, I think I need to provide it over here. Let me check. Padding of 20 pixels. Okay, I haven't given the main dev the styling. The content class. I have to give this content class a styling. Let me style this as well. Oh, just right at the top. So I'm giving it a padding of 20 pixel from all around. Display is going to be flex. Flex direction is going to be column so that all of them appear one below the other, and align items to the center so it doesn't get at the side of the screen. Let's save that. Now it's looking much better. Much better. Now, if you click on any of these links, it's going to take you to the other page. All right, now's the tricky part. I'm going to display the date over here. It's going to require a little bit of maths, not much. This date, you can see, but we're getting the date in this form. We are getting the date in this particular form. Where is it? Where is it? Published at? Yeah, this form. How do we convert it into the human readable form? Let's find out. Where's my whiteboard? Yeah, here it is. So you see, we're getting the date in this format. So first of all, what we are going to do, we're going to pass this particular state, the published at state, to this new date function, news item.published at. What it's going to do, it's going to format it into this, the Indian time. It's going to format it Indian time with the day, the date, the time, and the time zone. All right. So what we're going to do next, we're going to take this date, and what we're going to do, full date dot to string, first convert to the string, and then split it wherever there are spaces. We're going to split it from the spaces over here. All of these places. So it's going to convert into an array. It's going to be converted into an array. Then what we are going to do, we're going to extract the hour from over here, the hour in the date fourth element, 0, 1, 2, 3, fourth. We're going to do substring from 0 to 2, which means 0 and 1, not going to include 2. So we get the 17. So we're going to check if the R is more than 12. If the R is more than 12, then we're going to do minus 12 in that, so that it's going to be converted into a normal time. Otherwise, it's going to be printed as it is. So let's find out how we can do that. Let me remove all of this so you can take the screenshot if you want. Yeah. Let's go to our code. Where is it? Yeah, here it is. Let's go to our news content. No, news card. By this author. So we're going to render the date over here. First of all, we need to do those calculations over here above this. So const full date. Also, I would need to restart the meeting in 2 minutes. Equals new date, and we're going to provide it the date that we are receiving. News item dot published at, oops, provided two equal signs. Okay, published at. Then what we're going to do with this full date, where date equals full date dot to string. First of all, we need to convert it to the string, and then we're going to split it wherever there are spaces. Space. Yeah, that's that. And next, const r equals parse int. Okay, so we are doing parse int because it's gonna return as the string. So we don't want the string, we want the integer or the number. So that's why we're doing the parse string. So substring from 0 to 2. Oops. Yeah. And yeah, then we're going to check if it's more than const time will include if it's more than 12 hour or not. More than 12, then it's going to return true. Otherwise, false. I hope it's clear up until this point. Now we're going to render the date. All right, so let me just write a slash over here because it's in our website as well. In the original website, you can see there's a slash over here, a slash. So I'm going to provide it with a slash. But first of all, let's just restart our meeting real quick.